Hi guys, welcome back to my channel, and today I am going to be talking about Raya and the Last Dragon. I was so excited for this movie ever since the day they announced that they were going to have a Southeast Asian princess. I was so excited, mostly because I am from the Southeast Asian region. Yes, I may be ethnically South Asian, but I relate to the Southeast Asian culture more because this is where I grew up and I love it. To be fair, I really enjoyed the movie. I laughed, I cried, I loved the entire ride, and it was amazing. I think one of the best parts about the movie was that it was about people coming together to lead a better life, to save the day, and that is a message that we really kind of need in today's world. And I'm really happy that the movie came out when it did and kind of really honed in on this message, and that was pretty amazing. I know that lately Disney has been on a progressive kick where they have pretty badass female leads for their princess movies like Moana and Elsa and Anna and now Raya, and it's not a surprise. That part of it wasn't really a surprise for me, but when I was watching Raya and the Last Dragon, I realized that there is so much strong femininity in the movie itself. Yes, the movie does value more masculine traits because that's just the nature of an action movie. It's very much an action movie, okay? For a Disney movie, it's very much an action movie. So understandably, strength, martial arts skills, how they handle weapons and all of that were really put on a pedestal. But honestly, the most feminine character, traditionally feminine character, more nurturing, more caring, more kind, all of that was embodied by the dragon Sisu. She's a female dragon. She's a water dragon, which is more in line with Southeast Asian mythology. She's based on the Nagas, and that was one of my favorite things about it. Yes, they touted strength and being a good leader, but the addition of more traditionally feminine qualities made Raya a better leader than she was in the beginning. So I really enjoyed that balance. And speaking of Sisu, for kids, I know that it was just comic relief and she was cute, but for me it was weird because I felt like I was actually watching Awkwafina on screen. The animators, the artists, the creators did such a great job of creating a dragon that resembled Awkwafina, and that was amazing. And artists, man, they do a great job. They keep life interesting, and I absolutely loved what they did with Sisu. The quirkiness, the adorable attitude, the insecurities, it was all brought together so well, and I just saw Awkwafina and it was amazing. To be fair, Disney has never shied away from having female villains. So the characters of Virana and Namari are not really out of character or out of the box for Disney, but I really liked Namari's character, and there was a justification for why she acted the way she did, and she just symbolized so much more than just the bad guy or someone that is in the way of the good guy. It was a good character. I really enjoyed it, and let's be real, she was hella badass, and that was really fun. I also read somewhere that Namari is the first Disney princess to be a villain, to be an antagonistic character, and I think that's really cool because I feel like they shied away from doing that in Frozen. Initially, Elsa was supposed to be an antagonistic character, but then they made her what she is, and I'm glad they're taking a step in this direction so we can actually see a variety of female characters, and I'm really excited for that. I know that for a lot of Southeast Asian kids, it's amazing to see someone that looks like them on screen, that has their features, their hair, their skin tone, their eyes, all of those little things. And for me as an adult woman, I really enjoyed seeing durians and desserts that resembled surimuka on screen. I'm pretty sure that's what it was based on. or any of the other amazing desserts in the Southeast Asian region. However, this will always be an issue with big productions like a Disney movie, where they bring together and kind of generalize the cultures from a region, and each Southeast Asian country obviously has its own distinct culture and its language and its food and its the way the people are as a whole. So the idea of Kumandra and these people all being one and having been divided felt very, I didn't hate it, but it also felt a little generalized, and I'm not surprised that that happened. However, on the other hand, I'm really glad that Raya and the whole story was not based on a local myth or a legend or anything like that, because that would have been a little bit more exclusive and might have been more difficult to navigate that. So having a story just drawn up with inspirations from the region kind of worked well for this purpose. So I'll give them credit for that. And to be fair, the screenplay writers and a few of the creators were from the region, and that's a good thing. It's a good thing they're actually asking opinions of people from the region before writing the story. So nice work, Disney. I get it. The story is Southeast Asian. The food, the culture, the way the people are is all Southeast Asian. And the main character was played by a Vietnamese American woman. But the main characters, most of the main characters were played by big name Asian American or British Asian actors. But they were all either of Chinese descent or Korean descent, or more so East Asian than Southeast Asian. And as it is, the big problem in the US at least is that all of these people are put under the bracket of Asian American, and it really kind of causes some erasure and doesn't take into account the nuances within the cultures, right? And when Disney does something like this, after advertising this movie as the first Southeast Asian princess, Southeast Asian storyline, and you're hiring primarily Chinese and Korean actors, who, don't get me wrong, Sandra Oh, Gemma Chan, Daniel Day Kim, Benedict Wong, who else? Okay, Aquafina. I love all of their work and they all did such a great job, but it just bothers me that they didn't work a little bit harder to include a little bit more Southeast Asians into all these various roles, not created a little bit more voice for them. It's kind of frustrating when you're drawing the attention of people like me and other fellow Southeast Asians, and I'm not even ethnically from the region, but I was looking forward to this so badly, and then we're having to deal with generalization, even when the story is supposed to be about the region. That's kind of frustrating. One note on the cast though, I'm really happy that Alan Tudyk was the one playing Tuk Tuk, the cute little, I don't know what he's supposed to be, he's like an armadillo. But he also played Hey Hey in Moana. He's just great at being the sidekick, but whatever, besides the point. I just feel like after putting all this work and creating the storyline, the visuals, after putting all of this effort into creating something that is supposed to be Southeast Asian and resonate with Southeast Asians, you hire primarily East Asian actors who are incredibly talented. However, it takes away from opportunities that Southeast Asian actors should have, because it's hard enough for them to find roles that fit their ethnic identity, but even when roles supposedly fit their ethnic identity, they're not being given those roles, and it's just a little frustrating, okay? It's gonna take so much more work. I know that this is a first, and we're looking forward to the seconds, the thirds, the fourths, but I wish the first had made better choices to be a better example for future endeavors. Now, I think all the time I spent in English literature class in high school is coming out to play. I was just thinking how the drones, you know how they turn people to stone, right? Could be a metaphor, or it could symbolize the modern world and how we have all evolved into these individualistic, rather isolated creatures. I'm not saying that we're any more selfish than people in the past, like we're the same, but we're far more isolated. We don't even pretend to care as much as we used to, and hence we're being more hardened, like how the drones turn people to stones. So the whole message of the movie was that we should start trusting people again and be more unified so that we all get to live a better life. So obviously we're not going to get a dragon to come tell us that, but the movie itself is like Sisu, and it's telling us that we should trust each other and behave better with each other and be there for each other. And even though my brain takes it on a tangent and had to overthink it, I still think that it's a great message, it's a great takeaway, and it's amazing for a children's movie, but it's also great for adults. It's a reminder that we could all use. It's a reminder that we all kind of need, especially right now. And I just think that even without the drones, we're not exactly living our best life, and we should just go ahead and be nicer to people and put a little more faith in humanity. Whatever, I know I had my complaints. Overall though, Raya and the Last Dragon was done really, really well. It might have felt a little hollow and empty here and there, but overall it was pretty fun. It had pretty good emotions throughout. The colors were beautiful. It was not Coco beautiful, but it was beautiful in its own way, and I was obsessed. I loved how colors were used to symbolize each different nation and each different people. It was done so well. And Sisu was, like I said before, the cute, most gentle creature. As someone who's been exposed to dragons in like Game of Thrones or Merlin, or in so many different stories, seeing a dragon like Sisu and her siblings and the rest of the dragons in the movie was very refreshing. And I liked how this mighty magical creature was also so gentle and delicate and beautiful. I loved that. Okay, my generation might have grown up entirely on unicorns. I'm feeling like Sisu has that vibe of unicorns, that kind of the colors, the aura of a unicorn. She's like the dragon version of a unicorn. Okay, definitely overthinking this, but what I'm saying is, if you have the time, go check out the movie. If you're living in Malaysia, theaters are finally open, so it's a great time to just go out and do something fun, maybe with family and friends or kids or whatever. It's a movie that I definitely think kids would really, really enjoy because it's entertaining, it's cute, it's not too dark. I thought that there were parts of Frozen 2 that was too dark, but with Raya and the Last Dragon, it was pretty easy going throughout, and it was beautiful. I hope you enjoyed this review, and I look forward to seeing you in my next video. Goodbye!